Hello and welcome to the American Academy of Stem Cell Physicians Roundtable. We're coming to you live from Miami, Florida. This is our workshop of the month of January, and this weekend was an incredible weekend. I'm going to hand the mic to our president so we can go over what happened today.
Thank you, Dr. Varshian. We had a superb workshop. We had doctors whose skills exceed all expectations, brilliant clinicians, great outcomes as far as patients are concerned. We've had conferences regarding various aspects of regenerative medicine. All of them, every single one of them, appeared to be better than the next. I can't say enough and how proud I am to be associated with this organization. What I'd like to do is to pass the microphone to other participants for their remarks.
Yeah, I would have to agree. This was one of the most amazing workshops that we've been to. Everybody was able to participate, and we were just able to learn so much from each other, from the speakers and also from the incredible people who participated today. I think we all learned a lot from each other, learned skills that we can bring back to our offices right away and start helping people. So I was very honored to be here today.
I'm especially interested in outstanding results with my patients. That's why I joined this incredible group, creating new friends, and have some older friends also here. And while I personally have profited immensely from the stem cells, and I'm looking forward to helping my patients.
Max CITRIN, DO, here from Miami, and I also had a great experience here this weekend. Very impressed with all the innovative procedures we had on display. You know, a lot of great innovators here, great professionals and clinicians. They're a pleasure to be around and exchange information and skills with. So, you know, thanks again, everybody, for having me.
This was an incredible experience for me personally. We've done these workshops in the past twice before, but never at this magnitude. We never brought everything together, such as peptides, cytokines, umbilical cord blood, exosomes, adipose, bone marrow. I feel that our organization is the authority in the field of stem cells currently. There are many organizations out there. I feel that our organization is the most genuine organization. I'm going to give the mic to my good friend, Dr. Leonid Mushrat.
I'm really glad to see my comrades in arms. I really enjoy this type of workshops. Now, my comrade would start to do ultrasound, Dr. Sunny Kim. Well, it didn't go as it planned, but everybody were happy. And we were able to deliver it high quality care and show, and the most important things, doctors learn and they will use in their practice those skills what they learn here. So we don't have to be concerned, and they don't have to be concerned what to do with a certain situation in medicine. Unfortunately, we could not treat 100%, but we could go for 70–80%, and we could deliver it care for those people who need the care. It would be so good. One of the things what came to me, one of the doctors, she was so tight, and suddenly after procedure, she came to me and she says, "Could you check me out?" And we checked her out, and she needs something else. We did another procedure, and she just jumped on me and started to cry. Thank you very much. When those episodes happens, it's just overwhelming, and this is why I think we're all in this business. Okay, thank you again for opportunity for me to be part of the team.
Good evening. Dr. David Nebling, osteopath from Lansing, Michigan. And it's been an amazing Saturday here. I've been to many, many conferences that had training with them, and this was done just in an excellent way. There were excellent lectures. Afterwards, there was hands-on training. There was an abundance of patients, so we could see real people being treated, as well as those who were open to it could deliver some treatments under the guidance of experts. Throughout the whole day, there were people available, live models, living patients, and many of them so grateful after being treated because they were starting to see immediate results with some of our techniques. So very exciting. Anybody who hadn't been involved in regenerative medicine is here for the first time would be in awe, would be blown over what they were seeing. Also, we did have a cadaver lab, which was excellent, very important, again, for people a little bit timid who have not put in needles or watched injections under ultrasound or C-arm to see them and also practice doing them. So very important aspect. You rarely see that at any training programs. So this is just a wonderful, wonderful day, and I would encourage anybody to take time and come to one of these training programs. You won't find it anywhere else in the United States. Thank you.
My name is Dr. Benjamin BEIBER, and I'm just very, very happy to be here. And I'm sitting at a table with very special people, and what could be better? I'm around people, it's called really proximity. I'm around very special people, and I'm learning so much from all the people around me, which is amazing. Not am I doing that, the Academy is fantastic, and I get such gratification of helping people, the attendees that came here, to become better physicians, to help their patients, and it's an amazing academy, and I'm really glad to be here. And also, I'm very glad to be here because my mentor, who died earlier than he should have, invented all these different types of procedures, and I'm here to let the world know about these special procedures that will help doctors and help people in the world to get better. And thank you very much for letting me partake in this amazing academy. Thank you.
I am Dr. Sonny Kim out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. This was an incredible workshop. I've been to many, many workshops in the past. The caliber of the lectures, the caliber of the hands-on workshop, the enthusiasm of all the participants to want to engage and learn how to do these things, and then to see the light bulb click in the participants when they start to do and practice new techniques. It was just extremely invigorating, and I thank you for allowing me to participate in it. This was an incredible workshop. It gets an A+. There's absolutely no other workshop that brings all the different variety of regenerative medicine techniques like this in the whole world. I guarantee it. Thank you so much.
Incredible is a word that we're all sharing, and it certainly is incredible. I found that I was awe-inspired by the masterful genius of the instructors that partaked in the workshop. I particularly enjoyed the use of ultrasound guidance as far as injection techniques into joints. I'm very humbled by what I had seen. So now I'm at age 74 going to be pushed to get back and learn a lot more from people who are a lot more experienced than I in various areas. Dr. Song, do you have any special parts of the conference that you enjoyed?
Well, first of all, I just want to say that this conference was kind of put together almost at the last minute because we have a conference coming up in May, and we were on our telephone conference talking about our May conference, and we said we can't wait that long. There's just too much going on right now, both in regulatory world, in new therapies, new techniques. We couldn't wait, so we decided, hey, let's do this in January, and we were able to come together, and I'm so glad that we were able to do this now instead of waiting until May, because by then we're going to have a lot of other new things to talk about and experience and teach each other. This is probably the most exciting thing I've done since I've become a doctor. I've been practicing for almost 30 years now, so I'm so happy to be here.
February will be 1 year when I first met you, and I just came to this conference to learn something about stem cells so I could speak intelligently to my patients. Little that after the presentation, and I said, wow, my patients can be helped. You brought in the vials and we were practicing on each other, and I did not know what to expect. I got an injection in the nose, and I was told like in 3 and 4 days I observed changes in your body, and next day no change, 2 days later no change, but the third day was the last day of our meeting was the international ICM conference, and so driving home from Cincinnati to Columbus, the traffic was heavy, and I said I have to focus on this traffic because it's so heavy. And 20 minutes into the driving, I said, wow, I haven't driven like this like for 30 years. And then I looked down and I was speeding. I said, oh my gosh, I better slow down. Then I look around, there was no policeman around, and so I start analyzing what happened. And then I noticed that my vision, my side vision was increased. So I could observe more what was going on, so I was safer in taking a right or a left turn, and also I felt that I could see a little better in that distance. 2 days later, in the evening, after a meeting, I just made it to my car, and there was a bad storm coming, very heavy rain. So with this rain, I better just wait in the car, and then I will drive because I won't be able to see. But it was cold, so I turned the motor on, the wipers were on, and I started driving, and then I realized I didn't want to drive, but I can see. And I felt safe driving. It says, wow, what a blessing. So about 2 weeks later, in my practice, I noticed my back was not hurting anymore, because I sit there all day, and a patient is on my left, and all the supplements I'm testing on the right, and this position has taken a toll on my back, and my back was not hurting anymore. Before it was hurting so that between patients I was getting adjustments, and I was thinking, gee, I don't know if I can continue to practice like this. So I got a new chance and continue to do the work that I love, is to help patients.
I think the future is bright for us here at the Academy Stem Cell Physicians. It's a privilege to be here this weekend. I'm honored to spend the weekend with so many great professionals and hopefully be helping to form now what is going to be our shared fundamentals of basics of knowledge, which are really leading edge, what a great, exciting community of people to be involved with. I think we all feel basically the same about it, it sounds.
Stem cells was discovered in 1962. I know that because I was born that year. And it's taken about 57 years to get actually in the hand of the physicians, and the physicians feeling comfortable using it and seeing the advantages of using stem cells versus the conventional medicine, that at times it fails. A stem cell, we see that it really helps people. I see that in future, like if you have a gastric ulcer, all right, when you go see your gastroenterologist and he's scoping you, he's injecting stem cells into the ulcer. Or when you're going to see an orthopod, hopefully, the first thing that he does, he is considering regenerative medicine as opposed to replacing your knee. Whether you're seeing an ophthalmologist or neurologist, their first line of therapy becoming stem cells, stem cell becoming standard of care. Earlier today, we saw from a colleague of us from Pakistan. Pakistan, as you all know, is a third world country, but they are building a hospital specifically for stem cells, a $50 million hospital for stem cells. I'm hoping that that kind of technology, and this is what's been happening in the United States, we have actually fallen behind from elsewhere. This year, we want to be more active. I think the month of May meeting should be actually something like what we had today. I mean, it was great.
It's really exciting. I know I'm repeating the same thing to be involved in something what we just now started. I couldn't believe, you know, we met about a year ago, and about 6 months ago we started to do on the phone, and we become more and more strong in our communication and our vision and how we put together and how we help each other. It would be really good, not only good, it's for humanity, if we could help to organize some regulations. So instead of just to ban regulation, we could organize, we could do something to say what can we do to help humanity, how we can bring everybody together so everybody could understand and work together and create the Center for Regenerative Therapy.
If anybody had been here today, they could have learned how to do neuroregenerative medicine. At least to start on it. There's ways of embellishing it and improving on that and taking it home and making it their own program. But you could have learned that today and gone home tomorrow and started doing it. And so I'm excited about this area of neuroregenesis, and I look forward this year expanding that in my practice and embellishing it and really helping some people in a needed way. This wasn't a tiny group. We had a good number of physicians, but it wasn't too large that we couldn't meet everybody. And I had a chance to grow in relationships with those people I already knew, but I met several new people and developed friendships with them. We'll be able to talk on the phone when I've got a problem. They'll be able to call me. I've welcomed several new people to regenerative medicine to call me. The other thing with that is excited about the idea of our group having an institutional review board, doctors who are specialized or have a special love or interest in a certain area, being able to develop a research protocol. And through this organization, we'll develop multi-center study. So I'll be able to join in on that. I may not have the specialty or the ability to write up a research project like that, but I can participate in that. And people are welcome to that. It's so nice to be in a group of some very, very smart, high-powered people, the big shakers and movers in this area of stem cells and all, and yet they're not holding all the information to their chest. No, they're willing to share openly. All of us are. I did not see one bit of a problem of egos here all weekend long, and I'm so excited about the future for that. And what will be happening this coming year with neuroregenesis and the development of research projects.
We've been having meetings with the American Academy of Stem Cell Physicians every Wednesday. Because of those meetings, I've been able to help a very complicated patient in my office last week. I had a patient who came to me for evaluation for a stem cell procedure. And she comes to me, and she's got orthopedic regenerative medicine problems, but she also has urological problems, unable to urinate, and all kinds of aches and pains related to the bladder and things like that. But because of that, we had someone lecture to us who was a urologist who specialized in stem cells. And because of that, I'm able to take care of the orthopedic part, but I was able to connect this patient with the urologist who specialized in stem cell procedures, who's been through for years significant pain and just very unfortunate. But I feel now with regenerative medicine, with the orthopedic and the urological, that there's she had hope, and I feel that we can help this person. And thank you for having those Wednesday meetings, because they're really helping me, and they're really helping my patients. Thank you.
I wanted to just mention that there was an incredible high level of genuine, authentic humanism that occurred today. That, I think, occurs because the leadership demonstrated by example humanism.
I want to say that I feel really proud because I'm sitting among some of the genius doctors in our field. These are people who are top-notch. They have, all of them, my friend Dr. Leonid Mashrat, my friend Dr. Nebling, David Nebling, Dr. BEIBER, Dr. Kim, Dr. Dayton, Dr. Song, Dr. Bleba, and Dr. CITRIN. These are people who are genuine. They are great physicians. And again, I'm very honored. I feel that together we can take this society, this academy, to a level above and beyond of other academies that there are there. Even American College of Physicians, for example. All right, I don't believe that they have a meeting every Wednesday night, every day, every week. I mean, that meeting, it is so important. Yes, the meeting is not only about just learning, but it brings us together. All right, right now we are sitting here on this table. We're like, we know each other. We're like family because we've been on the phone with each other once a week. And I look forward to those Wednesday meetings. And, you know, when people decided, no, let's do once a month, it was like, why? Why? We're learning so much. Why should we do that? So, again, this is a year, 2019 is a year that we're looking forward to. Initially, when American Academy was conceived, it was just meant to, like, for teaching and educational purposes. That was our goal. But now we've grown to something much bigger. All right, something that is very huge, something that is capable of changing humanity. And again, I am proud of that.
Well, I guess we repeat everything what we thought about, and we're looking on each other, how we're gonna say, what else we're gonna say. It's once you express your excitement, your enjoyment, and your appreciation, it's only one thing it's left to say, since I didn't write my speech yet. So I really would like to say, guys, let's keep up our journey in this type of time and this way. And what Chinese says, they usually curse in China is, let you be born in a changing time. So since right now changing time, let's just use opportunity as a good luck to achieve something what had never been achieved before.
So let's just talk about some of the new things that that were the new topics that have come up since our last meeting. I think one of the hot things right now is exosomes, and although it's been around, I think that's one thing that's really exploded this year. So I personally, would like to know more about the experiences that my colleagues have had with it, because I haven't started using it yet. I mean, all these therapies are coming at such speed. By myself, I don't have the resources to evaluate a new product like that on my own to say, hey, I love new treatments, but I'm also very cautious. I don't like to just jump on something because it's new. So I would like to see what you guys who are already using exosomes, what your experience has been with it.
So a person been overweight all of her life, significant degeneration of the medial side of the right knee, she received some prolotherapy and then some PRP to her knee, had some results, and then had a little oops moment or whatever, and instead of hurting just on the lateral side or of the knee, she was also hurting along the tibia plateau. So I said, let's go with that exosome. So we went ahead and I shot part of the exosomes very artistically right along several shots along the front of the tibia on the medial side. And then I put the other half inside the knee, and within about a week, she says, this feels a little better. She says, you know, I've had chronic plantar fasciitis, which she didn't ask to be treated. I would have treated that as well. In my bottom of my right foot, she says, that pain is gone. And this wasn't even 14 days, so it's amazing. And she said, I think I felt them go from my knee down my leg. And that's her experience. Not sure how she could have felt that, but that was her experience. And I said, I want you to do a daily diary of this, please. I want to track this. But in 14 days, plantar fasciitis. The knee's feeling better too. It's not perfect yet, and we don't expect that quick. But it's interesting. Chronic inflammation has left the foot.
I do feel that the majority of the patients that I'm treating have severe arthritic problems, and they need another exosome injection. So I do feel, in my heart that exosomes are very good, and there's definitely a future for exosomes.
Interesting question. What are our results with exosomes? Because it seems that Arnold Kaplan said recently in a paper, mesenchymal stem cells, we should change the name. That we always quote that we maybe should change the name of the stem cells to medicinal signaling cells or something. We maybe have been using, without realizing it, exosomes all the time as the main active product in some of the stem cells we use. We found that some of the preparations don't have living cells even in some cases. The good quality ones do, and that's why we're here, to know that we're using good quality products. But, we're lucky to be among a group of people now here where we all know we're doing our best. We're responsible physicians doing our best. You have a group of people you can trust. When we use stuff that works, or that is actually what we, is exosomes, that it does work. And, I'm glad I can know where to get the ones that do.
We have so many different biological tools in our chest of tools now. It's not, do they work? Because we all seem to agree that they work, and I don't think that's in dispute. But the question for us is we have so many different tools to use, and since they all seem to work, we want to give our patients the best. So we know they work. We know that they are generally very safe. So now we're going to try to figure out which one is the best, and I'm really excited to be able to have that data soon.
With all these products coming out, it can be a little overwhelming. What do you use for what? In my very simplistic thinking, I try to break it down in terms of what's occurring in the healing process, at what phase of the recovery. I think exosomes makes perfect sense, especially in that acute phase of injury when there's a lot of inflammation going on. And then following that up with the stem cells for that long-term regeneration. The idea of using exosomes to improve the stem cell niche, the live cells to do their work in a more rational way, in a more site-specific, directed way, makes perfect sense to me. I think that's the way we should be using it. I think we should be combining exosomes with live cells and deploying it that way for a lot of the injuries that we deal with. But it's all new. I think we're all still learning. And this is the way to do it, is to come together, share knowledge, practice on live patients, have them come back, see how they respond. I can't wait to see how these patients respond. If we can get them to come back in May, oh my goodness.
I want to take a moment and thank everybody for joining us today at this roundtable meeting. Dr. CITRIN, Dr. Blaha, Dr. Song, Dr. Dayton, Dr. Kim, Dr. BEIBER, Dr. Nebling, and Dr. Mashurat was so They were all so generous, so genuine and generous in teaching. Again, thank you, everybody. I can't wait till our next meeting. Hopefully, we get all these patients who we treated today come back again in a couple of months, and we follow up. And just like what Max said, the field is like growing so fast. It is hard sometimes to keep up with it. Again, thank you so much for joining us, and we see you soon.
The Board of American Academy of Stem Cell Physicians is the official board certifying body of the American Academy of Stem Cell Physicians, AASCP. As a nationally recognized academy with a mission to bring like-minded physicians together to increase awareness and education of regenerative medicine, the AASCP is proud to announce the Fellowship and Diplomat certification. Currently, licensed physicians in great standing will complete 8 modules for certification. At that point, they will qualify to complete a written and oral exam which is given to them by the 8 workshop leaders. Upon approval, the AASCP will confer upon them the title of Diplomat of the AASCP. And at that point, after 1 year of good standing, they will qualify to become a Fellow of American Academy of Stem Cell Physicians, granting them the title of FAAOSCP.